Welcome, travelers, to the ultimate guide on Africa's top 10 must-see destinations. Whether you're here for adventure, culture, or just escaping that annoying neighbor, we've got something for everyone. And if you're planning a trip, check the links in the description to support the channel. Because let's be honest, you're going to need all the help you can get. Kicking off our list at number 10 is Victoria Falls, the largest curtain of falling water on Earth, straddling the border between Zambia and Zimbabwe. Known locally as Mosi Oatunya, the smoke that thunders. And let me tell you, it's louder than your auntie's snoring and wetter than a Cape Town winter. If you're planning to visit, forget trying to look cute. Just bring a raincoat and a waterproof camera, because you're getting drenched. And for those of you who think you're daredevils, sure, go ahead and bungee jump off the Victoria Falls Bridge. Me? I'll be at the cafe with a nice dry cup of tea, thank you very much. Next up, at number 9, is Marrakech, where ancient history meets the buzz of modern life. The city's famous souks are a maze of colors, scents, and more carpets than your granny's entire house. In the heart of the Medina, you'll find everything from hand-woven rugs to intricate lanterns. But don't be fooled by those sweet-talking vendors. Haggle like your life depends on it. And after a day in the souks, reward yourself with some local dishes, packed with so much flavor, they'll have you rethinking your usual takeout choices. Trust me, you haven't lived until you've tried a tagine cooked to perfection. But watch out for the spices. They pack more punch than your cousin's hot sauce. Coming in at number 8, we journey to Serengeti National Park in Tanzania, where the world's greatest wildlife spectacle takes place. The Great Migration. Millions of wildebeest, zebras, and gazelles trek across the plains, followed closely by Africa's top predators. It's like your Monday morning commute, but with more hooves and a lot more danger. But don't go thinking those lions are just big house cats. They're not here for a cuddle, and they definitely aren't playing. Keep your hands and feet inside the vehicle, folks. This isn't the time to channel your inner Tarzan. One wrong move, and you'll be part of the food chain. At number 7, we arrive at Cape Town, where the iconic Table Mountain overlooks a city bursting with life. Whether you're hiking to the summit or taking the cable car, the views are breathtaking. And if you're like me, save your knees and take the cable car. You'll thank me later. But once you've taken in the view, head down to the V and a waterfront for some shopping, dining, and maybe even a boat trip. But watch your pockets. Those street performers might charm more than just your smile. And don't forget to grab a bite. Cape Town's got food so good, you'll forget all about your diet. Just remember to keep an eye on your wallet. Those souvenirs aren't going to buy themselves. Zanzibar takes the 6th spot with its stunning beaches and the rich history of Stone Town. The island's turquoise waters and white sands are the stuff of dreams, while Stone Town's narrow streets are filled with the echoes of centuries past. Picture this: paradise. But don't get too relaxed. Zanzibar's got more to offer than just a suntan. Stone Town is a maze of history and culture, with spices that'll make your kitchen at home feel downright bland. Just remember, getting lost here isn't a bug, it's a feature. Fill your bags with spices, but good luck explaining that to customs. They'll think you're trying to open your own spice market back home. In 5th place, we have the Pyramids of Giza in Egypt. These ancient wonders have stood the test of time, towering over the desert for more than 4,500 years. They're a marvel of engineering and a symbol of a civilization that still fascinates us today. Let's be real, these aren't just a bunch of old rocks. They're older than your great-great-granny's stories and still more impressive. And the Sphinx? He's been giving us the same look for thousands of years. Like he knows something we don't. If you ask me, he's judging our life choices, and who can blame him? And of course, you can't leave without riding a camel. Just remember, it's a bumpy ride, like your last trip down a pothole-ridden road. But at least you'll have a story to tell, assuming you survive without losing your hat. Or your lunch. Fourth place goes to the Masai Mara in Kenya, one of Africa's most iconic game reserves. Here, the drama of the wild unfolds daily, with lions, leopards, and cheetahs stalking their prey, and the Great Migration creating a spectacle like no other. Let me tell you, the Masai Mara is no place for the faint of heart. This isn't a zoo where the animals are behind bars. Here, you're the guest in their world. So keep your wits about you and your hands inside the vehicle, because these animals didn't read the rule book. And trust me, they're not here to play nice. So sit back, enjoy the show. But remember, you're not the star of this movie. These animals have been doing this long before we showed up with our fancy cameras. Taking third place is the Okavango Delta in Botswana, a true oasis in the Kalahari Desert. This vast inland delta is a labyrinth of waterways, islands, and lagoons, offering a haven for wildlife and a unique safari experience. This is where you get to experience Africa's wild side up close and personal, whether you're gliding through the waterways in a Mokoro canoe or spotting elephants splashing in the shallows. But be warned, this isn't your local swimming pool. Those hippos aren't as friendly as they look, and the crocs? They're not exactly into sharing. So keep your hands inside the boat and enjoy the ride. It's not every day you get to cruise through a world wonder, surrounded by nature in all its untamed glory. Just don't go falling in unless you fancy a close encounter with the hippo's bad side. In second place, we climb to the roof of Africa, Mount Kilimanjaro in Tanzania. Standing tall at 19,341 feet, this dormant volcano is Africa's highest peak and a bucket list adventure for trekkers around the world. But don't think you can just waltz up there like it's a Sunday stroll in the park. This climb will test your limits, your patience, and probably your wardrobe. Layer up, because that chill at the top, it's colder than a January morning in Joburg. And no, there's no hot cocoa stand waiting for you at the summit. Just a sense of achievement that'll warm you from the inside out. And when you finally reach the top and see the world from up there, you'll realize why people do this. It's a view that'll make you forget all about the blisters. Just don't forget to take a picture, otherwise no one's going to believe you made it. Before we unveil our #1 spot, let's tip our hats to a few honorable mentions. The Atlas Mountains with their rugged beauty, the postcard-perfect beaches of Seychelles, and the vibrant energy of Lagos, Nigeria. Now, if your favorite didn't make the top 10, don't go throwing a tantrum. Africa's got more amazing places than I've got recipes for Sunday lunch. Each one is special in its own way, so go out and explore. And finally, taking the top spot is Kruger National Park in South Africa. This massive park is one of Africa's premier safari destinations, home to the Big Five and a dazzling array of wildlife. From the bushveld to the rivers, Kruger is where you go to experience the heartbeat of Africa. But listen up, this isn't a petting zoo. These animals are wild, and they like it that way. So keep your camera ready, but your hands and feet inside the vehicle. No one's here for a selfie with a lion, trust me. And if you're lucky, you might even spot a leopard lounging in a tree or a herd of elephants strolling by. Just remember, this is their home. We're just visitors. And what a visit it is! Kruger is the crown jewel of Africa's wildlife experiences. Whether you're a first-timer or a seasoned traveler, this place will leave you speechless. And that's saying something coming from me. So there you have it, the top 10 places to visit in Africa. If this list didn't get you packing your bags, I don't know what will. And remember, if you're planning a trip or just dreaming about one, check the links in the description to support the channel and get started on your adventure. Until next time, stay safe, travel smart, and enjoy the journey.